All right, hey guys, Jason here. We're up here at J.C. Lewis Ford here in Georgia, Statesboro, Georgia, and we are talking pros and cons to the Ford Super Duty. Yes, the Ford Super Duty, the amazing Ford Super Duty. Pros and cons session. I've done this on a few vehicles. You guys seem to really love them. This is my opinion of pros and cons. Okay, this is what I think of these trucks. So no, I'm not going through them with a fine-tooth comb. I am pointing out things that I do like and that I do not like on each one of these. I'm not getting keys for them. I've done many reviews on them where I show all these little idiosyncrasies and all the details in them on different videos. This is a pros and cons of what I do and I don't like about them. So first off, when we look at a Super Duty, these are all 2025s. We don't have any 6s here yet, but when we look at this thing, we have got a huge variety of trims. We love that. Okay, everything from XL work trucks to XLTs to STXs, which is an XL with a little bit of flare and color matched bumpers and everything looks good. What is this one actually right here? That is a Lariat, but you can see that with the STXs are done up nice. You got the XLTs, you have the King Ranch, you have the Platinums, you got all these different levels of them. The Lariat, okay, you got a lot of options in these trucks, so they give something for everybody. What else is nice is they give you the Tremor option, which is the true off-road version. There's one over there. We'll probably walk you over and look at it. In a minute here, we'll talk about these first, but the Tremor version gives you, unlike the Tremor here, in the 150, which I've said a million times, but the Tremor 150, this is an $85,000 truck, and you have to spend the extra $11,700, bringing it to 85 grand. But you got to spend $11,700 to get a Torsen front limited slip in this thing. Only way they make you do that, and they make you buy that whole thing. In the 250 Tremor, 350 Tremor, you get the limited slip front end as part of the Tremor package for next to nothing cost-wise. It's a steal in that, and we love it. And you can also get a Tremor in a bunch of configurations and different motor options, and we love that. So Super Duty crushes it with the trim levels, unlike the 150. No offense to the 150, but they really do a great job on the actual Super Duties with that kind of stuff. So we love the setup and the configurations. You can still get them in a standard cab, you can get them in an extended cab, you can get them in the long bed, you can get them in any configuration that you want to. They give you a nice step right here and a nice step right here, just like GMC does. Okay, Super Duties do a fantastic job on the bed. They are very stingy on their bed liners. That is upsetting, but you do often get bed lights in there, which is a very good thing, and they give you low tie downs that are pretty low down in the bed. So that's a very nice thing that they're giving you those lower tie downs in here where a lot of trucks do not. Now they're kind of stingy on them. A little harder to see in the blackout version with the bed liner in there, but you can see, but at least you got 4 low tie downs, in one in each corner, and then you got that add-on system. It's not the best bed setup, but it's a pretty decent one. It's tolerable. It will do the job. So they do a good job on the beds on here. So in the steps, like I said, I love the actual integrated steps all the way around the truck. Anywhere you're standing at, you have access in and out to get in and out of the truck bed, and you have the tire to do it as well too. So they do a very good job on the bed. I'm very happy with how Ford Super Duty does their bed setup. We like that a lot. So they do a good job there. Obviously, I do not like where the I do not like the shock location on these, okay? I do not like it, never did, never have. Here it is, I'll let you look under there. Look at where they put the shocks, okay? It's a horrible place for the shocks. People will argue that, tell me it's okay, and it doesn't make any difference, and more power to you. This is, again, my video and things that I do and don't like, and that shock location is horrible. Those shocks should be outboard. They should be sitting right here, right next to the leaf springs on here, not buried way up out there and then sticking out that far. It should be a lot closer than that. That's a pet peeve, a con for me that I do not like. The cost of the light assemblies on these things, what was it? Is it $4,000? I don't remember. I did a whole video on them, but you're like $4,000 to replace this LED tail light on these things. It's like $3,400 or something. Again, don't quote me, but they're astronomically stupid, crazy expensive on the parts on these things. That is a huge miss. I do like, however, that Ford still gives you a lot of trim color options. You can still get a lot of chrome. Okay, this FX4 here, you got chrome wheels, chrome bumpers, chrome handles, you got the chrome setup. This is a Lariat package, but you see you get all the chrome accents, the chrome mirror caps, the chrome wheel. Again, chrome, look at all the chrome, and a lot of people like chrome. Okay, I'm not a fan of it. I would much rather have that look myself personally than this look all day long, but there's a lot of people that love it, and not many trucks today still offer a ton of that. And Ford does on the Super Duties. They are not afraid to put the chrome on there, and I like that option on here. Again, they're also not afraid to dress them up like this, like we have right here. Now, these are both Lariats. This is a Lariat with the blackout package and a diesel in it, 6.7. We'll talk about motors, but this truck is the same thing. This is a Lariat 250. This is a Lariat 250. Do you see the complete change in design of this truck's appearance package versus this truck's appearance package? Even the running boards. Okay, it's so nice that they do that. It's so nice. Now, we also got the high output turbo and the standard output turbo, two different engines. But look at, I mean, we got two white trucks. Two of them are both 250s, both are Lariat trims, yet they are completely different worlds. So they do a fantastic job on that. I like that Ford gives you those options. Here's now another nice thing too, speaking of motors. You have got 4 engine options in the Super Duty. 4. 2 gassers, 2 diesels. We love that. You have the amazing 6.8, which is basically a toned down 7.3. You have the high output right here, the 6.7 high output in this thing, which is a beast of a motor, $82,000. But think about that. Look at this truck for $82,000 that you get with the high output diesel. Red's high output, black is not. Okay, but you can see it with the logos. But you get the high output diesel right here. This is a beast of a motor, this Power Stroke, $82,000. If we turn and look at this truck right here, this F250 Tremor 402A package is literally like the same price. I think it's, what is it, $79,000 or something? $82,000, same price. Same price for this truck as it is for that truck. So you gotta take that into consideration. But again, love that they give you so many options on it. Everything about this truck is completely different configuration than what the blackout package is. So a very nice setup. Here again is that window sticker. If you wanna look at this and see some of the details on here and see some of the packages that are on here right here. They're charging you 13 grand for the high output. Chrome package is $1,240 on this. And you got the FX4 package with the skid plates and the rear locker, beautiful setup. And there it is for you. But they've done this truck very, very well. And they give an option for somebody. Chrome tailpipes, like I said, they made it look good. Now this one here, okay, this is not a chrome package. This is more of a blacked out stuff. We have painted rear bumpers versus chrome bumpers. Again, we got a bed liner in this thing. We got a little different. We got a rear sliding window. This one we do not. They, again, are both Lariats. This is a diesel also, but this is the standard output diesel that is in this one here, the Power Stroke. And a beautiful truck on this. You can see the setup on this. And we come down and we are at $89,000. We're at more, but look, we got 10 grand for the diesel. Black appearance package is $4,200. They got a 353 electronic rear locker for $430. Should have just been an FX4 and gave you the extra stuff there. Engine block heater 190, high capacity trailer tow package for $1,130. Moonroof in this thing for $1,500. $230 for the upfitter switches. Dual alternators, another $115. Lariat Ultimate package, which gives you that sliding rear window, the tailgate step, that kind of stuff, $5,000. There's a lot of extras in this truck that you don't have to buy, but you can see it's a different world, yet same truck. We get 2 diesels. We get a 6.8 liter gasser that is fantastic. And then you get my favorite Super Duty motor made, which is a 7.3 gas engine, the Godzilla engine. Love it. It is such an amazing truck. So we get 4 true powerhouse engine options in a Super Duty. We like that a lot. Now, another nice, beautiful thing on a Super Duty is that we can do, look at here. See, this is the same wheel here, same wheel. Also notice we got lockout hubs here, still on the front. Look at, we can lock the hubs on. Look, still official manual locking hubs. That's a beautiful thing. But you see these wheels. It's the same exact wheel, no different. But look at what we can do with the tires on here. These are 37 1150 by 20s. They're 20-inch wheels, okay? But look at the difference here, how nice that looks. And you don't have to work hard to fit these tires. Look at the stance difference in these 2 identical trucks. that you can do with this for very, very little money, very little issue, very little muss, no fuss, very simple to do, and that is just amazing. Now it does have a little Ready Lift on there, little lift from Ready Lift, little spacer set up in there, but again, easy to do on these trucks. On a Tremor, you can put 37s on it without even having to do anything. It already comes with the lift automatically from the factory. Perfect tow hook location for all of them, perfect fog light location for all of them. I'm not really a big fan of the style of the lighting, the accent lighting, but it does look nice on there, and I think they did a good job. These are great trucks. Notice we also have different grills. Look at that grill versus this grill. Okay, again, options for everybody. They give you some options in there and things that you can do with them. So that is a beautiful thing. That's 25. I think this is actually 2024. I think this is that truck. No, yeah, 2024. This is that one that with all the add-ons on it, we said it'll never sell. This is just going to sit here forever if it's the one. Lariat, 6.7 high output. What was the price and then the extras on this? Do they have it? This is coming in at $90,000, and then there is, what does that say? Yeah, $7,000. This is a $100,000 truck, and it's already 2 years old. It's not moving. This will go to auction, or they'll have to do something with this. It's not going to sell very well. But it is but the Super Duties, like I said, look at the difference. How easy it is to go to this with what you can do with these trucks. Also, Ford gives you the ability to use that rear locker in two-wheel drive, four-wheel drive, and two-wheel drive, 4 high and 4 low. I love how Ford is with their lockers. They work like a champ. They do fantastic. Now, fit and finish for Ford has gone downhill quite a bit. Used to be a time where they were quality, everything was absolutely phenomenal and spot on. You can see now that things are often off, not lined up right. We see a lot of those kind of issues in this now, like we do with a lot of brands, where things just are not quite the same. Look at a gap through here versus a little bit. Look how tight that is. You can't even fit, you know, look at it. I mean, you see all these little things. Ford has got more recalls than, now the Super Duty has some too, but not too many. But the problem, the big con, Ford is ridiculously stingy on the deals, and they're a little tight-lipped on this. So look at, but I mean, look at some of these gaps. Look at that. Look at the size of that. I can stick my whole finger in there. Literally stick my whole finger all the way inside of that gap. Okay, that's the stuff we're talking about. And then here, where it's at here, look at the same line right here, you can't even get a fingernail in it. Like I said, so you see a lot of these kind of things that are happening with them. The quality control is not there anymore. Ford's got a lot of bouncing back and recover to do. Let's walk over and look at that Tremor there for a minute. But I do believe there are some excellent deals to be made with them. I do believe the Super Duty is a fantastic truck. I do believe that the engines in the Super Duty are literally some of the best that are available, in my opinion. They are literally, for all practical purposes, the best HD motor in the gas world. Now in the heavy duty world with diesel, I think it kind of goes to the Cummins, but with the gassers, the 7.3 and at 6.8 for me win. I think they're absolutely phenomenal. So Super Duty does a great job. Let's go hit these ones on the front row and take a look. All right, here we go. Here's that Tremor, brand new Tremor sitting here. Love the wheels on the Tremor. Love that we're getting a good Duratrack tire for an off-road setup. We got the lift on this thing already. We got the amazing Raptor boards on it. They do these things right. Now, this has also got the high output diesel in this thing. It's a big dog right here we're talking about, and they're coming in at $100,000. However, you do not have to spend $100,000 on a Tremor. Why? Because like we said with Tremor, with Ford and a Super Duty lineup, you're gonna hear some cars behind us. They give you the option to really spread it out. You can get this exact same truck right here, exactly as you see it, with a 7.3 gasser and an XLT model, and you can walk away with it for under $60,000 or right around the $60,000 mark street price, real world, and have this truck. This is a $100,000 version of it, but you could get it without the Lariat BS fancy features that are in it and go to an XLT, get rid of the high output diesel and put the amazing 7.3 in it. And like I said, you could save $40,000 off of the price of this thing. They give you those options. That's the beauty of it. And if you wanted it in a 350, get it in a 350. You have these luxuries. So they do a fantastic job. Now here you can see the difference in the front end. Tremor gets rid of a lot of that you get a shorter valance in here, you get more ground clearance, you get a little bit of a lift from the factory, off-road tuned suspension. It's the Tremor package, it's great. Here's the standard. Look at the difference between these two. in those front ends and how those are done. So there's a very big deal. You also get that Torsen front, or it's actually not by Torsen anymore, but you do get a limited slip front end in this thing, and we love that factor. So Super Duty has got something for everybody. Are there some cons? Yes. The size of them is also a big con. It is very, very big to drive. It's like very, very big to drive. Annoyingly big to drive. My wife can't stand them. Okay, she can't stand the size of it. It is a monster truck. However, if that size doesn't bother you, they are an incredible truck. They have in my opinion, they have the best interior of any HD truck made. Nobody can do an HD truck interior as far as usable space, floor design, flat floor features. I think they do fantastic in a Super Duty. I will show you some insets if I remember. Again, I make a lot of videos. I'll pull one from videos I've done on these already and show you some of the interior stuff, but they are incredible interiors in them. They are incredible exteriors. They're also the only one that is all aluminum, okay, which is a beautiful thing. There is no issues of rust or anything like that that you have to deal with these trucks. So there's a lot of great things to them. And again, when it comes to robustness, remember, I'll show you on that Tremor because it doesn't have this really cheesy, stupid, I mean, these valances today are out of control. These are just unbelievable. I mean, knock it off. That's just upsetting. Stop it. But when we look back at this Tremor where that's open, we have only one other truck that offers this out of the 3 HDs. GMC is a independent front suspension. Ram and the Super Duties are solid front axles. And here we have solid front axles. This thing is built as a beast. It is a pure tank. Everything about this truck screams strong, durable, get her done, last for a very long time. No rust, no panels that are gonna look bad. Everything about it is gonna be great. Prices, horrible, yet phenomenal. Again, if you're gonna buy this one for 100 grand, you bumped your head. Sorry, my opinion. I would never spend $100,000 on any vehicle, let alone on an F250 Lariat, okay? I mean, I'm sorry, wouldn't do it. But you can get it for 60 grand the right way, the way I would get it, in my opinion, my right way. They give you that option. So, and that's with the Tremor. It's super capable. So Super Duty does a great job. Now also notice that the Super Duty, the hood is not a lot of the BS stuff we see on a lot of them today. Now, we do got some hood changes. You do see that you got a little bit of a bulge here, but notice how the front of the hood is actually dropped down into here. See how they do this cutout here, where all the other trucks are going up here, Ram included, Chevy included, GMC. You notice how they're getting these big bumps in the middle, try and look cool. Ford still gives you this cutout so that you get the view and vision forward rather than putting these big humps on here that might look cool on the outside and make it look tough. Here you get function. Huge win for the Super Duty. Okay, you get a lot of visibility with this Super Duty over a lot of other ones, especially when you're trying to buy something like a Tremor. You're gonna get a Tremor in a high output truck like this. Again, both of the other brands will do all this weird, stupid stuff here to make it look tougher and cooler, but it reduces your visibility and takes away from you. So here you gain that. And you can already see if you look in there, look at how tight it's getting between the mirrors and the dash. Okay, it's getting ridiculous in all these trucks today on how that stuff is. So that gets upsetting. But huge win on the hood design setup on here. They did a fantastic job. We love that they're steel bumpers, all the HDs are, but they do these trucks very, very well in my opinion. I love the Super Duty. I cannot take anything away from the Super Duty. Cons, I'm trying to think if there's any other con that I can think of. I do not care for the mirrors a whole lot. The mirrors are very good, but they are also very annoying in the woods because of they're big. Okay, but they do have an excellent convex. They have an excellent main mirror. They do a great job on here, but they are definitely a big, bulky, and they cover this whole area is covered by these mirrors. I think they're more annoying than the Ram ones are, and the GM ones I didn't pay much attention to, but of all these HDs, these are the ones that stuck out the most to me to be, gosh, they're in my way and annoying, okay? I drive one of these a lot, okay? You guys have seen the video of it. My buddy has one of these. I drive it a whole lot. The mirrors are kind of annoying there when they're, you know, when you got to deal with the mirrors for the off-road stuff. Little things, okay? I do love that it is still an actual real antenna like we have right here. I'm okay with that. I like that better than a shark fin. I also like that you can get a lot of these, like Ram, you can get them without the marker lights and running lights, or you can get them with them. I would much rather have them without marker lights personally, because I don't bust those up in the woods. I have them on my Power Wagon because Tina wanted me to get them. I did not put them on my 2019 Ram, and she kind of bugged me. It's my Power Wagon sitting right there. We have the courtesy lights on there. She likes them. They worry me when I'm in the woods all the time. So fantastic truck. Love what they've done with the Super Duty. I love the direction it's going. I love how there's an option from everybody, even in the off-road world. You can get a $60,000 version of this absolute beast for anybody that wants it, or you can take the same exact capabilities and take it all the way up to 100 grand. Just like Ram does with the Power Wagon option. You can get a Power Wagon in the true Power Wagon Lariat trim, or you can get a Power Wagon in a Tradesman trim, a Warlock, okay? I mean, again, or a Rebel, they give you those options. Ford follows suit in the 250 for that. They do not in the F150. So 250 for me is where it's at price-wise. So there you go. Questions, comments. If I missed something and you want to add something for other people, put them down below. But this thing is a mostly win truck. I like a lot of things about it. But again, some things I do not. Again, here, even on this one, this is a $100,000 truck, and right here is paper thin. And right here is big enough that you could literally stick my finger is inside of there. Paper thin, can't get a fingernail to even click that. Big enough to put my finger in. Okay, there are some things here that kind of get upsetting, but let me know your thoughts if you think I missed out on anything or didn't add anything that should be to these. Love to hear your opinions. Thanks for watching.